So, here's the big yoke doing his thing on the block, abusing Marvin Bagley III like an 8th grader before finishing the and one. Then, right in the 4th, Jokic digs deep in his bag, knocking down his wide-open 3 as Valanciunas came late on the closeout. And with around 4 minutes left in the game, Russ finds him for this easy lay underneath. See, that bucket was Jokic's 56th point of the ball game. But even though the Nuggets looked sharp with those plays, believe it or not, folks, they found themselves losing by 9 points in that game to the frickin' Washington Wizards. I mean, despite dropping 56, 16, and 8, the Joker and his mile-high pals lost to a bottom-dwelling, tanking team. Like, the math just doesn't add up. So we have to ask ourselves the million-dollar question: is Jokic's dominance covering up Denver's biggest flaws? Let's start by looking at how the 3-time MVP Nikola Jokic is playing this season compared to last year. The Joker has been tearing up the stat sheet once again, and in fact, he's now performing even better compared to last season with 22 games in, as he's averaging a triple-double of 31, 13, and 10 on 56.4% shooting from the field and a mind-numbing 50% clip from 3. Even though he had one of the greatest all-time seasons last year, he's actually on track to beat that this year. But see, these crazy numbers just might be empty calories for the Joker, since they don't rack up points in the win column the way they're supposed to. So far in the NBA season, the Nuggets are squeezed right in the middle of the pack, and with younger teams like the Rockets, Grizzlies, and OKC playing with such consistency and confidence, the Nuggets are surely heading for big trouble come playoff time if they don't get their act together quickly. With this in mind, it's pretty clear that Jokic single-handedly carrying the Nuggets on his back doesn't and will not work, because it's just covering up Denver's actual problems, starting with their three-point shooting. See, on the surface, everything seems to look just fine in this area, as they're shooting at a high clip from range with 38.3%. But see, the problem doesn't lie in the shots they're making. The problem lies in the shots they're taking. Currently, the Nuggets are dead last when it comes to three-point attempts and rank 24th in three-pointers made. Now, just to compare, check out how they fare against other top teams such as the Boston Celtics, who are leading the league in three-point attempts right now. They take out 52 three-point shots per game. That's like 16 more attempts than the Nuggets are taking. In other words, the Nuggets simply aren't shooting enough, despite making their threes at a decent clip. MPJ is their top gunner right now from beyond the arc with 6 attempts, followed by Murray, then Jokic. But see, the guys that come after him shoot just below 4 attempts per game. Threes are simply more valuable than twos in today's NBA. There's a reason why some teams build their whole offense around this. And whether we like it or not, the Nuggets are going to have to come up with a solution to this, one way or another, or they're going to sink fast. Anyway, although I pointed out earlier that they don't have much of a problem with their three-point percentage as a team, they're actually one guy who has been shooting exceptionally poorly and performing below his usual stats. We're talking, of course, about Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray was supposed to be the Robin to the Joker, which kinda sounds a bit weird, but jokes aside, there's not so much to be happy about. Not when your second best guy is averaging below 20 points a ball game. He's shooting below his career average and well below from the three-point range. I mean, this is a makeable shot for Murray coming off their typical handoff offense sets, but even without a body in front of him, he just clunks it on the side of the rim. Then in transition, Murray is also bricking shots that he normally makes. And there are times that he's just taking tough shots with 2 guys on him, hoping at least something would go in. Taking a look at some more players, the Nuggets really need Murray to play and score at the caliber of a player such as LaVine. Taking a look at LaVine's stats, they're almost identical to Murray's stats from last season, and that's exactly what kind of production they need out of Jamal if the Nuggets are going to be a winning team. Besides Jamal Murray, the Nuggets desperately need some help offensively, especially during times when the Joker is sitting on the bench. Here's what we mean. When Jokic is on the floor, the Nuggets are posting a 123.1 offensive rating, but when he comes out, that number significantly drops to just 97.1. That's a 26-point difference and puts the Nuggets at dead last offensively. Now, we all know that Jokic is the Nuggets' main offensive hub, and everything revolves around him. But without him running things on the floor, the Nuggets simply look lost on the offensive end. Here's a perfect example. They start things off with the zoom action on the strong side, but then everything goes into chaos mode as Watson misses a wild layup. Saric then grabs the offensive board, then kicks it out to Westbrook, who's shooting just 33% from downtown. Westbrook bricks his shot, follows up his mess, goes up against Gobert and Naz Reid, and then, in the last second, throws a terrible pass to Saric, which leads to a turnover. That play basically sums up just how bad the Nuggets offense is without the Joker calling the shots on the floor. Besides the Nuggets looking lost without Jokic, another big problem they're dealing with right now has to be their defense. From ranking 8th last season, their defensive rating has gone down to 19th place this season, allowing 114.5 points per game to opposing teams. Although Jokic is the lone bright spot for the Nuggets right now with the monster numbers he's been putting up, he's actually also one of the reasons why their defensive numbers have dropped. Teams around the league are learning how to exploit his slow feet and 5-inch vertical, especially on ball screen actions. Look at this play right here. The Lakers specifically target Jokic in this possession by engaging Reeves and AD on a two-man game. Knowing that Jokic will most likely settle for drop coverage, Reeves simply sinks an uncontested runner at the foul line. Now in this possession, look at how Jokic just stares at Brunson instead of rotating and closing out. And here against the Blazers, Jokic signals to Murray to prevent Simons from diving in the middle, which is the right call to make in this situation. However, when Simons gets the angle against Westbrook and drives to his right, Jokic doesn't even bother to step up nor challenge the shot, and as a result, they lose that game at the buzzer. When it's all said and done, the Nuggets can't keep relying on Jokic to drop 50-point triple-doubles every game to give them the win, and they really need a consistent secondary scorer to at least somehow lessen the scoring load that the Joker is carrying right now. On top of that, they really need to shoot more threes in order to keep up and not be blown out by three-ball-heavy teams. But also on the other hand, they need to pick up the slack on the defensive side of the ball by communicating on switches and being a little more aggressive in making their presence felt, especially on pick-and-roll situations. The good thing, though, is that the Nuggets have plenty of upside and they still have a chance to adjust and improve their roster and offense as the season goes on. So let's just wait and see how things will pan out for this Nuggets team. Anyway, do you think Jokic should do more? What would you change about this Nuggets team? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, we're sure you'll love this next one. Go ahead and click it. It's free.